For our French onion soup, I'm going to use some leftover hamburger meat. I got 1 1/4 pounds of the hamburger meat. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of tomato paste, and we're just going to mix that in. We're going to take our hamburger meat and we're going to spread it out onto a baking tray, and then we're going to crumble it up. When I get done, it'll look something like this, and then we're going to throw it into an oven that's at 425 until it browns up a little bit. While we're cooking our hamburger meat, we're also going to do some veggies. I've got 2 onions that I've cut into quarters. I've got 6 ounces of these little baby carrots, and I've got 1 head of garlic that I'm going to cook while I'm doing all this. That's for something else later. We're going to add a little bit of olive oil on everything. Then we're going to kind of toss everything, make sure we coat it with the oil. After the first side of the hamburger meat's browned up, we're going to toss it around a little bit and kind of get it over to the other side. Now it's ready to go back into the oven, and we'll brown this side up. And when they're done, this is what the veggies will look like. And this is the hamburger after it's done. Now that everything's browned up, let's get on to making our stock. I'm going to put the veggies in the pot. But just the onion and the carrots. Remember, that garlic I roasted, that's for something else. Now we're going to add our hamburger, but now we don't want all that grease in there. So just kind of a little bit in there, that's okay. But anyway, we're just going to kind of carefully put the hamburger meat in there. Then I'm going to add some peppercorns. I'm throwing 10 in there. Then I'm going to add a little salt. I got like half a teaspoon. Then I'm going to add 6 cloves of peeled garlic. Now we're going to dab up most of this grease off the pan. Just using some paper towels, lightly touch it, soak that up. Then we're going to add some water to the pan. We're going to turn our burner on, and then we're going to start to scrape all this good stuff off the bottom. And this is what it should look like when you're done. And then we're going to add this liquid to the pot. Then we're going to throw in a few sprigs of thyme. And then we're going to add some water. In total, I'm going to add about 3 quarts of water, and that includes the water that I used for deglazing the pan. After I've added the water, I'm going to turn the flame to high, and I'm going to bring it to a simmer. When it comes to a low simmer, we're going to reduce the heat. And then we're going to let this simmer for about 4 hours. Time to caramelize our 3 pounds of onions. To a pan that's heating up, I'm going to add a little bit of oil. Then I'm going to add my onions. Yes, 3 pounds. It's about 1 pound per serving. To my onions, I'm going to add half a teaspoon of salt. This will help them cook and break down. I'm going to add a little more olive oil to the onions because I don't want them sticking. Just want them cooking. I've got my heat on medium, and I'm just going to come by once in a while and give them a stir. As long as they keep cooking out water, like you can see all that water down there, as long as they keep cooking that out, keep the heat on about a medium, and you don't have to stir them too often, just once in a while. And occasionally we need to skim the fat off our beef stock. Now the onions are starting to dry out. As you can see, they're getting some color. There's no excess liquid in the bottom of the pan. So we're going to reduce our heat to a medium-low to a low. And we're going to have to start stirring them a lot more often. Now these are basically just about done. When they start to look like this, we're going to add 1 tablespoon soy sauce. I'm adding 1 cup of white wine. After all the liquid's cooked off, they're ready to serve. To oven-proof soup bowls, we're going to add some onions. Be generous now. It is onion soup. Then we're going to strain some beef stock into our bowls. I'm adding some lightly toasted baguette slices. And I'm adding a bunch of Gruyere cheese that I've shredded up myself. I didn't buy the pre-sliced stuff. No! And this is what they look like after they've been under the broiler for a couple minutes. And if you want to get extreme, throw some more cheese on there and put them back under the broiler. So, how's our French onion soup? We've got some bread, we've got cheese, we've got broth, we've got onion, got everything. Yeah, this is hot. Yeah, try this.